Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
It is Weather Weekly. Good to be with you. Our second episode of the week. It is another Snow Talk episode as we look ahead to a late season snowfall. Are you excited? Are you not excited? I know a lot of you are getting ready for spring break, whether it be some colleges or gearing up or going through it now. I know a lot of the school-age kids are gearing up for that. My family as well. We're looking forward to maybe getting some warmer climates, especially after this. I'll say this, and we're going to break it down more after the break, but this isn't going to be a real high-impact storm. And I do think it's worth a mention because there are some concerns with timing, and there's some pretty nasty cold that's going to follow this snow that's going to be coming with you. It's good to be with you, though. I'm meteorologist Marcus Bailey with Wish TV. Thanks for joining the Weather Weekly podcast. So another late season snow. It seems like this has been kind of the norm for the past couple of Marches when we get some of these late season snow systems coming in here. So we'll time out everything for you, talk about when the snow arrives, how much snow we can see, and another big headline is some pretty nasty cold temperatures, especially when you wake up Saturday morning, coming your way here on a special edition of Snow Talk Weather Weekly right after this.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
It is a special edition of Weather Weekly Snow Talk for Thursday, March 10th. We are looking ahead to a snow system that works into central Indiana for Friday, March 11th. Another late season snow system. We've done this the last several years. And if you go back to the winter weather forecast with Mike Ryan from the National Weather Service in Indianapolis, he kind of talked about this shift that we've been starting to see over the last several years of less snow in December sometimes and a little bit more snow into March and even sometimes into April as well. So that trend looks to continue here. I want to talk about the timing, and I'll go ahead and say, and I did mention this before the break, that this isn't going to be a blockbuster system, at least for us. As we're recording this here Thursday morning, definitely a big system out in the plains. There's numerous winter storm warnings and weather advisories out, and Kansas City is included in that here for this morning. They're going to see maybe up to 6 inches of snow here to wrap up your Thursday. It kind of weakens a bit when it goes overhead here in central Indiana before it strengthens again. There's already winter storm watches up in New England where they're going to see 6+ inches of snow, say in northern Pennsylvania, upstate New York, and beyond. So we kind of luck out in terms when it comes to snowfall accumulation. So don't want to spend too much time here. Just kind of want to get you the nuts and bolts. So the snow likely will start around midnight for the northern third of the state. Basically from maybe a Lafayette to Kokomo to Fort Wayne line and points north. That's where the snow starts overnight. I don't see the snow really starting around the metro area for the morning hours. Now, could there be a few flurries for the morning drive. Sure, I don't, at least at this point, see signals that we're going to have to deal with big time issues for the morning drive. I think it's close enough that there's maybe a little bit of a concern, so I don't want to completely rule it out. But signals are saying that most of the snow is going to stay north through at least the early to mid-morning hours. Now, I think by around lunchtime, this band is going to start working south. It actually may start as kind of a thin layer or thin band of rain as this initial line moves into the metro area, say around noon or 1 o'clock. And then as we get into the afternoon, the colder air is going to start to wind out. And so you're going to have a very thin band of steady snow. I don't know if it's going to be super heavy, but it does appear like it's going to be pretty consistent. And setting up probably through the evening drive. And we may even continue with the snow through the early overnight hours. So you're going to kind of have a window of when it starts, maybe about a 12-hour window of wintry precip. All right. So we'll say anywhere between noon or 1 p.m. Friday and starting to wind down by around midnight or 1 a.m. on Saturday. It also appears that there's going to be some lake effect snow bands that kind of hang around Saturday morning because you're going to get a real big push of Arctic air that's going to slide in from the north. And so that could bring some additional accumulations, but those would be in much more isolated areas, especially if you get under maybe a quick little snow squall there. All right. So in terms of snowfall total, it's looking to me like we're probably looking at around 1 to 2 inches statewide. I did go with maybe around 2 to 3 inches from basically a Muncie to Shelbyville to Columbus to French Lick line and points south and east. So maybe some slightly higher amounts, places like Newcastle, Richmond, Connorsville, Greensburg, North Vernon, Batesville. I've got you kind of in that 2 to 3 inch range. Everybody else is likely going to be in the 1 to 2 inch range in terms of snowfall. Okay. So not a hard hitter. I'm more concerned that we're probably going to be in the thick of it with some accumulations possible by the evening drive on Friday. All right. So if you're going to be out driving, I know regionals start for the boys basketball tournament Friday night. Could be real slow going. Not impossible, but difficult maybe for traveling because you'll have some falling snow and some accumulation already taking place. So that's one side of the story. The other side is going to be bitter cold temperatures to follow. You can expect overnight lows to fall into the teens when you wake up Saturday morning. But more important than that, you're going to have some gusty winds coming out of the north. So much so that I think it's enough to send wind chills at or slightly below zero. All right, so that's going to be Saturday morning. That will be at our coldest point, and I don't think we make it out of the 20s for highs on Saturday. I went for a high of around 28 with, again, cloudy conditions and some of these scattered snow showers and snow bursts coming off Lake Michigan on Saturday will make for a very January-like day. So not a real fun stretch here for Friday heading into Saturday. It's a big dose of winter. The good news is it does not last very long, as you would typically expect in March. And even with any snowfall accumulation we get, I think by Sunday, a lot of it's going to be melting off. One, because of the sun angle, and two, because we do have some significantly warming temperatures on the horizon. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of this upcoming winter system heading our way for Friday into Saturday. We'll take a look at that warm up for Sunday and even better temperatures, more spring-like as we head into next week. That's in your extended forecast next on Weather Weekly. Here's a look at your extended forecast following the snow and the cold that we have coming our way Friday into Saturday. We mentioned those highs Saturday in the upper 20s. And again, maybe some lake effect snow bands that could coat the road in some isolated spots. I don't think that's going to be a widespread issue. But boy, do we rebound in a hurry by Sunday, even though we'll have a cold start Sunday morning with numbers into the teens. Highs on Sunday should be close to 50 degrees. That is the seasonable norm for this part of March. Don't forget, by the way, we do spring forward this weekend. So the beginning of daylight saving time. So we'll be moving ahead 1 hour. Don't be late to church on Sunday. You've been warned. The rest of the week, Monday and Tuesday, looking like numbers into the upper 50s. There could be a few isolated showers, it appears, on Tuesday. Wednesday, then a big jump in temperatures, looking at numbers into the mid 60s. And it looks like if you go beyond that, we kind of hold there, mid 60s through the end of the week. So a nice little jump in temperatures as we go through into the middle of the month. And the 8 to 14 day outlook just released today, a very strong signal across much of the Midwest of warmer than average temperatures. So that would take us nearly to the end of them, at least the back third of the month of March. So some pretty good signs if you are a lover of spring. We still have a long way to go. We definitely can get our cold snaps in April and even into early May. But this will be a welcome change and just kind of showing the big fluctuations that we're going to be dealing with here for the month of March. Thanks for joining me here on this special edition of Weather Weekly, the Snow Talk edition for Thursday, March 10th. We'd love to hear your feedback. You can email me anytime, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. You can also reach me on social media at Marcus Bailey on Twitter and Marcus Bailey Weather on Facebook and Instagram. While you're here, make sure you check out all the other great podcasts, all part of the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.